You are currently watching Bitstram.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. We are working on the space station. We currently only have this module up in orbit. There's a little bit more that's been done to it. This isn't the final version of it. This isn't the final version of the whole station, but it's mostly just a mock-up that we can use. So we did this first initial crew module. And today we're going to do this docking module where we'll be able to dock much larger craft and be able to temporarily store fuel tanks and things like that. But eventually we're going to add 2 more crew modules over off to the sides, which are also not completed yet. They'll be added onto later. And down here is where all of our electronics will be. This is where our power generation will be. And then down below this will be where all of our fuel goes. So, oh, I'm like way down the corner. Let me adjust this real quick. Let's just do this. Okay, that's better. So, let's get started. For now, we're going to just take these. I'm going to make a new root part real quick. We'll make this the new root part. And let's just delete this top section and let's see, let's delete this bottom section. We'll come back to those. So, I had a few ideas since I last worked on this, and I think I have an interesting way of getting this to orbit. First of all, I think I want to make it a little bit larger. And I want all of these docking tubes to be the same length. But also, I think I want the actual tubes to be crew modules. Because I know these are not the same weight as like what a crew module would be. They're probably far lighter. I haven't actually looked, but I want to add in stuff that will be more realistic. So make that more realistic. We're gonna need to add in these. These are just small passenger compartments, and basically it'll just be what the Kerbals walk through when they go through their ship through the docking port into the space station. So hopefully it's just not too wobbly, and that's the only thing I'm worried about. But I'm thinking auto strut will pretty much fix that problem. So I want about 6 of these just to give it the length that I want. And let's make it 7. We'll do 7. And then the center one, we'll change it to something else. I think I will make it just a normal structural piece, just to make it look nicer. Feel like 7 or 6 of these things, plus the ones that will be all the way out along the sides of each docking port, will already be perfectly fine. We won't need any more than that. Like, this is realistic enough in my mind. So let's go ahead and put in some docking ports. I want a normal sized, 4 of these normal sized docking ports. Just like so. Okay. And let's make sure they're centered just how I want them. Good. So that should be along the direct center of mass. Now, I basically need more of these tubes. So to do this, I'm going to put the other docking ports right here. Now we will connect these tubes how they'll be connected in their final configuration. So we need 7 crew cabins, and let's get them the right way up too. while this vertical section, I guess, doesn't really matter as much, this one does matter a bit more to me. So we'll get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, now, you know what? I think the first one and the last one will just be structural pieces. Just for the looks. Okay. Let's do just normal structural pieces here. That would look pretty good. I kind of wish we could have one long, thin window instead of a whole bunch of little ones. But this is okay too. There we go. Still, I know these parts aren't the most realistic, but I think they will be just fine for what we're doing. Now we'll add the outside docking port, which will be these protected docking ports here. There. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is something a little bit different. So, I need a way to combine these things once I'm actually in orbit. And I've got what I feel like is an interesting way to do that. So let's go ahead and we might want to replace these center ones with not an engine plate, but a structural piece. Again, just for looks. I'm okay for mostly realistic, not totally realistic. So now we're going to add some smaller docking ports each side. Okay, those should be exactly in the dead center. Now that we've got that saved, let's go ahead and save the space station docking module. And save. Now my question to myself is, do I want these smaller docking ports or do I want the bigger ones? The bigger ones would solve another problem I'm having. So I might want to do those. I think I might just have 4 bigger ones on each side, just to make everything compatible. These can be the closed docking ports as well. And I should probably make another piece that will kind of integrate better. Okay, here we go. Now I want to rotate this and bring it down. Okay, now let's put these docking ports on there. These will also be closed docking ports. These will not be used by any... Well, I guess they could be used. We could say they could be used by other spacecraft. Smaller spacecraft could dock in these. It's a cool idea. Cool with that. Cool idea. Okay. There we go. Well, shoot. Now I'm back at square one. I wanted... These are going to have to be open docking ports, unfortunately. So we'll do that. We'll do normal open docking ports. I didn't think about this before I put those on. There we go. Had to find the right button. There. Okay. Normal open docking ports. And now, since we have those, we will put these into their launch configuration. Aha! I forgot. I need to do something else to make this work as well. We're gonna need to make these a subassembly. Let's see if this will do what I want it to do. Where's the subassembly section? We will name this docking hole. Okay. If I can do this, because I want to connect these to these. Am I just gonna have to remake them? Okay. Let's just remake them, I guess. We'll put the docking ports along here. Or could I? Well, does the game let you do this now? No. Ooh. Does it? No. That doesn't. No. Unfortunately, I wish you could do that. It'd be really cool if you could. Go, got 4 of those. Structural part here. Here we are. And now we need another docking port. Well, yeah, we need another docking port over here. Okay. Now we need another. Keep doing that. It looks the same. I need another structural fuselage right here. So we're going to adjust this thing's location. Put it right in there. Then rotate it 90 degrees. Oh, we want to rotate it 90 degrees this direction. Now get it over. Okay. Now the crew modules, the crew compartments for this thing. So how do I want these to be? I guess. Let's see. I guess that doesn't really matter as long as it's one of these directions. So 2. Let me put 2 on the bottom. There. Okay. Now we need another structural piece. Go back up to here, get a structural piece. Bottom. 1 on the top. Closed docking port. Oh, so we need a normal docking port and a closed docking port. Just have these oriented the same direction. Okay. And now a closed docking port up on the top, and that will be it. All right, no, a normal open one. Okay. So we're gonna hit save. Now this is in the launch configuration. Looking good. So let's auto strut everything. Okay. And just to get absolutely everything auto-strutted. There. Okay. Now, oh, these. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to need probably another docking port down here for the next section of the space station. Okay. And I want to flip this over because the rocket actually will exist below this point. And let's see. So we're going to have another little thing up here that will help us get all these things into position. And okay. Trying to think about how I want to do this when I get to space, but for right now I think we're good. Let's add what the coolest part of this, which is the tug. So to make this work, I'm going to pull out the subassembly again. I'm actually kind of glad I made it, because we're going to use it as a guide to make this tug. Okay, so this section is supposed to be directly in the center of the pole. And what that allows us is the ability to make a RCS vehicle that will dock to this side and to this side. And we can have it go to each individual piece. Now the challenge here is this thing needs to be balanced when it's not connected to this and when there are two connected to this. Let's see if we can do that. First of all, we're going to need an RCS tank. That's a really big one, isn't it? Want something not too big. Might be about right. Okay. Add a docking port here. Let's add a couple RCS fuel tanks. We can also add these smaller ones around the edges. Well, I guess they're not much smaller, are they? This. Okay, the way mounted is making it difficult. Let's put them up on the top one. Okay, we'll have these up here as well to help us align everything. Okay, so I think if we have a docking port and then a little robot. Does this have authority? It does. Okay, so that's fine. And then if we have another RCS tank, and then we have a docking port, which is over here, the docking port section, of course. And now this is where the magic will happen. We'll have some beams to give us some range. Yeah, that should be directly through their center of mass. And let's see, is that how I want it to be? So let's see. Do we want them like this, or do we want to adjust it a little bit? I think maybe we want to do these like so. Okay. And then we'll add a T. That's just gonna make things hard to duplicate on all sides. So let's just go with the normal 4. Save. And we're just gonna put an RCS module on on each end. These will be the awesome 5-horn RCS thrusters. Okay. And we're going to get a little solar panel. Oh, we should put a battery in there. We'll do let's see. Do these. What does that look like? Kind of cool. I think we're gonna want or we could just do those. Let's do these. This should be all we need. And then we can place some batteries. Let's see. We might want to put extra layer just for batteries. So. Okay, that might be better. And now, I think, let's see, do we need an antenna for this? I'm gonna assume probably so, just to be safe. I don't quite remember exactly how the antenna stuff works in this game. But something simple like this should be good. What's the range? Yeah, just something like this, I believe is plenty. Okay. So let's go to action groups real quick. Well, no, we'll do that in a second. I want to duplicate this, put another one on. So now we've got 2. We could basically keep stacking these if we wanted to, but we're not doing that. We're going to now, let's see, go to the action groups, and we'll make custom 2 these toggle antennas. Okay, and save. So these should be completely autonomous now. If I've done everything right, I usually forget something, but we've got power, we've got power capacity, we've got communication. I think we're fine. You know, I believe we've got plenty of RCS thrusters to handle what we're doing. These will exist up here at the top. Let's see what they look like on the parts real quick. Oh, this is laggy. I like how it just deleted itself. Okay, it's back now. Okay, so yeah, I think these will do exactly what we want them to do. I'm gonna hit Control Z a few times. Okay, let's get rid of these extra parts. Now that we've got that, now we need to make, let's see, I think we're gonna want to put a giant RCS block here. Maybe two. Just so, well, probably gonna put underneath. Where do we want, trying to think, where do we want this? Probably want to put any extras up on top, which is gonna make that real heavy. I don't know if we want the top to be stupid heavy, but I suppose it's okay if it is. So let's put another little robot. Is that the biggest RCS? I was hoping there was like a giant one. I don't suppose there is. If there is, I don't see exactly where it's at. But that's okay. Yeah, we'll use this one. So, we're gonna want to add this in the future to another part of the station. Or do we want to just deorbit it? That's the big, like, thing we need to figure out right now. Are we just deorbiting this, or what? I'm gonna go with deorbit. So if we just plop this right here and put a little robot on it, and then plop these over here. Let's say we put some solar panels on it too. Put a docking port up on top, because remembered that this is indeed going to be a thing that I will use to refuel these temporarily. So, and also I guess they could be stored here. So need communication and batteries. We'll put a few of these on there. Put 4. Don't center correctly. Let's just put one of these right here. Bonk. Okay, that will live there. And now batteries. That's close enough. Okay, that should be enough for now. And now we'll get the launch vehicle. So we're going to want to put a fairing down here. Let's get the big one. This is a big fairing. Okay. That's a very big fairing. Might be one of the longest I've ever made. Hopefully that all holds together just fine as we go to orbit. And down here, let's put our let's make this the root part up here at the top. Because, well, root part can be down here. Put another this will be our stage that is in space and takes us to the space station, so we want this to be kind of nimble even though the space is so wide. Here we go. And an engine, or I guess we might need to make this even thinner at the top. Okay, now let's put an engine. Let's see how good a poodle works. 490 and vacuum 2000. That should be plenty of thrust to get us where we want to go. So that's good. That's really good. What's the thrust to weight? 0.23. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. But we're going to want another robot here, because we need to deorbit this thing when we're done. Get this guy. Okay. And let's get some, this time we're going to get some of these bigger solar panels. Put them at the base. Set these to action group number 1. Okay, and let's get some communication. Okay. And we'll set this to action group 2 as well. And let's set these, get all the way up there. Okay, let's set this antenna, because I do not want to forget to extend it on the top. Toggle antenna. Okay, I don't want to forget to extend that. Let's get a couple batteries. We're not going to really need them. But let's get a couple here. Batteries. Let's get 4. Okay. Safe. This is looking pretty cool. That should be plenty for that. Now we need the thing that gets us, let's make this next stage the one that gets us from like the air into orbit, so that way we can have all the delta V we need to get in a rendezvous with the space station. So let's go ahead and make a decoupler. Smaller decoupler. Okay. Now this is where the good engines are going to be. Not the best, but the good. That's too big. That's too big. There's another one that I want to use. Where is it? I don't see it. Ah, here we are. This will be the stack that gets us like into our final orbit. And I guess the Rhino, oh, that's bigger. Let's do this then, if that's bigger. Because the Rhino, this is like the perfect job for the Rhino. The Rhino is a very big engine. Made for this. I was kind of struggling to figure out where it fits into all the other engines in this game, but this seems like a perfect fit for it. Thrust to weight is 1.17. That's good. And another 1000 delta V. So, I think that's great. We could probably do this. No, let's not do that. Let's keep what we got. Because anything else will add extra weight and a slower thrust to weight ratio. Now we're going to need to set this as our root node. Don't want to forget that. Let's add another decoupler. Okay. And we're going to add the big engines here. Okay. That's about 2600 delta V plus that's 3600 delta V. I want a little bit more delta V just to be on the safer side. Save. So this goes up, decouples goes, okay. And got fairing. This fairing can probably go off sometime around here. Oh man, that just skyrockets that delta V. That's good. So let's add a little bit more. What's the thrust to weight ratio here? 1.2. Let's fix this a little bit. This base stage is almost perfect. So we're gonna add, let's just try 2 for now. 2 decouplers. And go to the engines section. Or is it fuel tanks? I believe it's in the engine section. Where is it? There it is. Okay. It's so small in the picture. So we do this and put this up here. I don't know why that delta V is so bad. Oh, okay. So that would be 2,000, 3,000 delta V. Doesn't change it very much, does it? But the thrust to weight does go up considerably. So let's try this out. See how this works. Auto strut. And let's move these down. Perfect. And let's get them some nose cones. Save. And I think we might be ready to launch this thing. Let's go ahead and launch it. And we also need to see when the space station is coming above us, so that way we can work on our rendezvous. It's been a long time since I've done a rendezvous, so I expect to mess this up and do a very bad job. This this is a weird looking rocket, guys. Here we go. Let's save this and launch. I feel like this is not gonna work. Get a screenshot of this real quick. Preserve our delta V a little bit by slowing down a little bit. Don't want to go straight up too fast. About to decouple these. Oh, clean decouple. Thrust to weight is perfect now. I still have about 2,000 meters a second of delta V. Need to tilt over a bit more, but not too fast. I completely forgot to look at the rendezvous. But that's okay. This thing is incredibly structurally sound. Okay, I'm letting the thrusters just kind of go now because we are pretty high out of the atmosphere. We're still not going that fast. This thing is solid. Almost at 100 kilometers. And there we go. Okay, our apoapsis has been hit. Let's see where our space station's at. Here we are, set as target. Okay, so our orbit is in a very different spot right now, but we'll get there. Go ahead and add a maneuver just to get an idea of when we need to go. We're gonna shoot for 100 kilometers for now. Okay. Point at that maneuver node. And let's open up the solar panels. Look at them go. Thing is weird. Oh, let me move this up a little bit. There you go. Getting pointed at that maneuver node now. Yeah, we had the perfect amount of delta V to do all this. Guess we want to start burning now. Woo, wobbly, 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 wobbly. Close these solar panels. I'm gonna go ahead and do the fairing now after the solar panels close. Yeah. All right, let's get through this debris. That looks cool. That will all be going back to urban. Couple this, get our poodle engine going. There we go. Okay. We're gonna get to our circular orbit a little late, so it might not be circular, but there will be no debris left in space. Oh, it was almost perfectly circular anyway. Okay. So now we need to work on getting our rendezvous. So the easiest way to do this at our orbit height would be to go a little bit higher in our orbit. So we slow down just a little bit and let the space station catch up with us. Go ahead and do that by just putting on the gas a little bit. Our orbit will go a little bit higher over on this side. Let's see, what is our... So only a degree of difference in our inclination. That's really good. That means we can just mostly focus on this burn here, which we're just going to do it nice and slow. Get these encounters lined up. So these two will slowly start getting closer to each other. They'll meet up around here, it looks like. Then once they meet up over on the other side of our orbit, we'll do some minor adjustments to get everything exactly where it needs to be. All right, 10 kilometers of separation. Okay, 9.5 is as close as we can get right now. The next step is to get these orbits lined up better, because they are still quite far off, even though in the vastness of space, they are virtually the same spot. So the next step would be, let's go to our ascending node, add a maneuver, and let's line up these nodes real quick. Ooh. There we go, 0, 0. Now they should be a little bit closer. .6 kilometers, okay. Let's point at that maneuver. Get these. Let's get these solar panels back out again. We should be coming into the sun on our way around. Not for a while, but we'll get there. We're just going to take our time. Let's limit the thruster a little bit because we don't want to do this too fast. Basically, the faster it is, the harder it will be to do it accurately. But a 20... let's see. I want it to be about 30 seconds. Because that is easy. Even number. Okay, we'll do it T-minus 14 seconds. This thing is looking pretty majestic. Okay, just adjusting our orientation just a little bit more. Here we go. I like lining up the lines on the nav ball. Helps make things a little bit easier. Okay. Now we're going to fast forward to the maneuver. T-minus 15 seconds. What we want. So, okay. T-minus 14.5 seconds is about actually what we want. So we'll try and do it right after 15 goes away. Okay, here we go. Get that inclination matched. Okay. Now our target separation is 6.3 kilometers. Good. And it looks like we are just a little bit too far out on this side of the orbit. What we'll do is at our apoapsis, we'll just slow down a tad. So let's go ahead and can we just warp to here? Let's warp to, oops, I don't want that. I don't want you. Let's warp to right here. Or well, let's get our position fixed first. Oh, let's see. I'm going to be wanting to point that way a bit more. Let's point at that 225 mark on the nav ball instead of all the way over at the retrograde, because retrograde is going to move over. Can we get the alarm clock to go away? Okay. Point you. No. You and flight engineer. Okay. So guys, for today, because I don't have quite so much time, we're going to get this rendezvous finished, and then once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Next time, what we'll do is we'll get all these things where they're supposed to be. But for right now, today, we're just getting that rendezvous. Okay, let's fast forward a little bit. Right here, okay. Let me look over here. Really hard to see the orbit. It looks like it's bang on. Okay. The orbit looks good. This target. But now we need to get this separation fixed. So let's give us full thrust again. Okay. And let's go to periapsis. Add maneuver. And let's get these orbits right where they're supposed to be. Let's look at the maneuver node. This will be a 1 minute burn, so T minus 30 seconds is when we'll need to start to get it as close as we possibly can. And what we'll do now, after we've got the orbits pretty much exactly where they need to be, we'll do some fine adjustments to kind of just walk our way into the ship we're trying to rendezvous with. The only thing is this ship is very slow at rotating. That could be a potential issue. You know what? For this thing that we're going to deorbit, I forgot to put RCS thrusters on it. We can get an engineer up here to do that. Okay. We got our alignment. Warping to the maneuver. T minus 1 minute is when we'll start. Or T minus 30 seconds. when we'll start. Ooh, it's just right there. It's like it's not even moving. Is it not moving? We are going right by it. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and start burning. I feel like it's not even moving. Okay, the only dangerous thing about this, if we're gonna walk into the target, is we have to keep an eye on our orbit because it's very easy to accidentally lower it too much trying to catch up to the target. And that will just send you into the atmosphere before you even realize it. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna lower our orbit a little bit just to get some just so we can catch up to the target just a little bit. Let's see. Burn radial out now. Got some time to make these maneuvers. We need to burn radial out, and we need to burn prograde. Okay, so now we're gonna just do some very fine adjustments. Let's burn retrograde just a little bit. Burning retrograde just a little bit will let's see, I feel like retrograde would be a bad idea. We'll see how it goes. Our distance to each other is closing a little bit. Don't know what happened to the thingy. It's gone. Let's burn anti-normal. And then we'll burn a little bit of prograde because it looks like it will pass us. Okay. And we're gonna need to earn prograde. And we're going to cancel out our speed by doing this. Okay, I went too fast. You point retrograde the orbit. And you go down again. Come on. Oh, this ship is so slow. I can see it. It's right there. Hello. Coming up. That's good. Point normal. Normal is a much more important direction right now. I just need you to move, please. The ship is not moving. Need to help it out. Oh, that's why. Okay. Doing good. I need to burn radial in. Target 0 meters a second. Come on, come on, come on. You're mine now. You're right there. Yes. Oh, we're there. We're almost there. And you go up. Okay, our orbits are almost identical, I think. Okay. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? This is my... Yes, okay. So we need to point down. I need to rotate faster. Oh boy. Really hard to do with this ship. I really don't want to use RCS right now. Even though it would help me a lot. I don't want to burn through it all. Oh, I'm so close. I just wish I was there already. I'm basically there. I just need to go towards it. Need to burn radial in a little bit. Okay, we're gonna get within 1.1 kilometers, and it's also where I'm probably gonna want to start slowing down a little bit just because my orbit's gonna raise up, and I think that's gonna cause issues. Waiting for the ship to move into position. 0.9, 0.8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're leaving it there. My orbit is a little high, so we'll point retrograde, and we should have plenty of time to get this. I think the only thing I gotta do is slow down a little bit, get these orbits aligned correctly. Should be coming right up on it now. Only 8.2 meters a second difference. There. $500 meters. Don't need to floor this at all, just gotta go nice and slow. 4. 3. 2. Okay, now we need to go radial out just a little bit. Oh, we've almost got this, guys. Just don't want to thrust backwards at all. That's why I haven't started yet, to help align this thing. We are so close to getting this perfect. And prograde just a little bit. Coming in nice and slow. Doing this at my ship's pace, not my pace. Just drifting away ever so slowly. We're almost there. Gonna push radial in. We need to go a little bit normal. Radial in is more important at the moment. Looks like we need a little bit of retrograde. I think retrograde is more important than the normal. Okay, now retrograde. Almost there. Okay, let's F5 real quick. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna decouple this and control from here. And we're gonna point normal. I'm gonna go ahead and use the mono propellant now. This ship is very heavy. It is. Man. Okay, we are catching up. Glad I've got this big tank on here now. Gonna take a minute. Let's point at the target. I don't. I'll be able to get a little bit more speed towards them this way. Be a little bit more efficient, a little bit quicker. Slowing that speed down as much as I can. There we go, we're catching up now. Okay. Turn RCS thrusters off for a second. Looks like I need to point prograde into the orbit. Almost there. Within 100 meters. Oh, gotta give it some more gas. These things also need to be better at remembering what I left them set on. That would help a lot too. So right now I've got that docking port pointed towards my docking port. So as long as I'm just burning towards it, I should eventually just dock with it. It's just agonizingly slow, that's all it is. It's been a long time since I've docked, like I said before. I noticed my periapsis is about 1.5 kilometers lower than it should be. Part of my problem here. It's being raced up right now as I burn prograde towards the target. It'd be nice if I could lead the target a little bit. That would help save some fuel, but this is just the easier way to do it. Almost there, almost there. Be burning in line with the ship soon. That's good. Kind of orbiting each other now. Sun's coming up. Gonna start being a lot easier to see the two craft. Come on, catch back up with it. Trying to manually get this orbit fixed. Oh, I can't catch up with it at all now. Just drifting away. Kind of makes me want to reload that save and try this again. We are catching up though. Here we go. It's about to come back towards me now. Come on, slow down. I think I will reload that save and try this again, because I think just getting that orbit in manually is what needs to be done. Target and undock, and let's point outwardly and go. Come on. Okay, a little late start there. Okay, now let's do this the right way, not the easy way. The ship is a little too big to do it the easy way. I was hoping getting rid of the fuel tank at the end would help, but it has not. Basically in the same position I was in a second ago, but much closer. Okay, we are now gaining on the ship. And let's see, we need to go a little bit upwards. Which way is that? This way. Pull from here and target and point at it. Okay, we're going to do a mixture of the right way and the easy way. Go ahead and line these up. Get that prograde marker, match the pink prograde marker. As long as those match, we will dock. I kind of forgot this was how to do it. Been so long. But here we go. There. Now we just gotta adjust as we go. Should just dock. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Going 0.1 meters a second. Oh, I'm so glad I redid this. This is so much better. Probably about 0.5 meter a second now. And they should start docking any second. There we go. Perfect dock. Look at that. Okay. Set this to normal. We'll turn off that. We don't need that RCS fuel to get wasted. All right. That is awesome. It's finally together. Where's the other part of my ship? It's not even that far away. So, now the next part of this will be next time. We are going to take these tugs that we built earlier, mount them to each one of these, and slowly get them into position, which will be hopefully quite a bit easier to do. We shouldn't have much trouble getting those lined up as they are lighter, smaller, and these tugs are overpowered, I'm assuming. That won't be bad. Alright, thank you guys for watching. We'll get back to this. Let's save real quick and get this up. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I know this is a different stream from last time. It's a lot calmer, partly because I'm so tired. Been doing a lot of editing and working, so we'll see how the next stream goes. I'll probably be going back to Destiny next, maybe some Halo, but we'll eventually work our way back around to Kerbal. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.